everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Life. I am so happy once again to see you all. Well, not see you all, but to know that you all are joining us. So come in. You may enter the Life. I kind of like that. I might have to write that down. All right, I have to let Gerald know about that. But I hope everyone's having a great week. I, of course, has had a busy week, but that's okay. I have the energy for it. But very busy week. We have fabulous guests once again. I'm not even gonna go into like the guests just yet because one, we got to watch this one that this one guest. I have to keep my third eye on him. He's one of those. But we're excited. We have an awesome show. And, I hope everyone has a great rest of the week. So let's get the show started. And let me get my fabulous co host, Mr. Gerald C. Anderson, up in these heels here. Let's get it going, Gerald. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at, Gerald? There you go. If you don't come on time, I'm going to sing. And you like,
oh, Lord. Yeah, we can't have that. Leave the singing to Larry.
I know, right? But yes, we have a wonderful guest. And how was your week? How's the weather out there? Because I know it's cool now, right?
Well, the weather is funny up here. It was cold, freezing cold. We had a freeze warning Monday night. And now tomorrow it's going to be 81.
Oh, see, that's that climate change. I tell you, that stuff is scary. Wow.
Yeah, I tell you. Yeah. Saturday is going to be back in the below 60s.
Yeah, well, it's been kind of cool out here. I'm not one that likes the cold. So, but it's been kind of
cool.
What
was it, 85? Yeah.
Just like 70 something. That's cool. I don't like all that breeze.
A wind chill factor of 72 degrees.
Yes, that's cold weather. Sweater weather.
Oh, boy.
But yes, so we do have some great guests once again. And of course we have our fabulous, I don't know what it is. I keep messing up Buffy's name. I'm like, she's been doing this with us for a minute, and I'm like, how can I mess up my girl's name? But yeah, we have our Buff, with our, positive media moment, and she gives awesome information to us.
Awesome.
New people and new information that we need to know. So let's get to that. Let's get to Buff Patterson with our positive media moment.
Hey, Buff.
Oh, I'm excited about today. I'm always excited about Life's positive media moment because it's about bringing the past and the future and what's going on now to the forefront. And today is like no other. I'm bringing Charles B. Brooks. Now, he is in the past. He was born in 1865. And in 1896, he invented the self-propelling street sweeper.
Oh.
Yeah, right. But, it's so exciting that these people of color, again, are hiding in plain sight. Everybody should know about the street sweeper guy, but what it made his so different also is that he had blades in the front. So when the snow would come, he would clean out the snow on the streets because he was an East Coast guy. You East Coast people were doing a whole bunch of stuff. And he grew up in Newark, New Jersey. So there's a lot of snow there. And he didn't just stop with that. He also created the dust-proof collection bag. This man was all about keeping the streets clean. And the third thing he patented and created was it was a ticket punch, but not like a regular ticket punch. His ticket punch, it didn't allow you for the streets to get litter because your ticket punch is little graffiti things. This was all about keeping the streets clean. And his invention was so successful, the street sweeper, is that the government gave his company $100,000 contract to manufacture his street sweepers. And this was in 1896. So we got to give it up to these people.
Yes.
created, help create an amazing country. And again, our children, not just our Black children, but all children need to understand the importance of the contribution of Black people in this America.
Yes, yes. You have to do your part. That is so true.
You got to do your part. And wait till you see next week. I'm bringing the women back, Gerald. I'm bringing the women back because Gerald's complaining that all I talk about is women.
Yeah, you on the roll.
It's on.
You on the roll.
I am bringing back the
just
women.
Balance. That's all. Just equality. That's all
because without women, what did James Brown say? What did James Brown say? What did he say?
I don't know. I wasn't born yet.
Mama's got a brand new bag.
No, he did not say that. He said,
Mama's got a brand
no, he talked about women. He said, it's a man's world, but it would be nothing without a woman.
That's true. This is true. Mama got a brand new bag. That's good.
She said, what did James Brown say? I mean, he said a lot of things.
He said, but I want you to know this. This is something
get on up.
It's a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. You should know this more than anybody, Gerald.
Oh,
so you left the door open for that one, Buff. I'm sorry.
But once again, thank you, Buffy. Buff, we love you, Buff. We love you. So, and when she was talking about the ticket puncher, I don't know, like when you would go to the movie theater and they would do the ticket punch,
right.
That's what I thought you was talking about because I remember that. So, I guess that aged myself. I'll be 54. I'm so excited. I can't wait till I'm 55. But anyway, okay. I just went to another dimension, but you know me.
Well, I think it's time to move on, right?
Thank you, Bob.
Bubba's like, I got some food in the refrigerator. I gotta go.
I'm in the Mediterranean.
All righty. Well, thank you very much.
Wait till next week.
All right.
We won't be here next week, but you have fun though.
Okay. At least I'll be on time.
You will be, exactly. All alone.
All right.
That is funny. Now that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Mama got a brand new bag.
she asked him, what did James Brown say? That was the first thing I thought of.
I thought you would have said, get up. I thought you would have said that.
That was the second one I thought. That was the second one I thought of.
Let's go to commercial, please.
At LC Safety and Security, we prioritize your safety. Our mission: stay safe, stay secure, stay saved. Offering expert security consultations and risk assessments for corporate offices, events, and personal protection. As certified firearms instructors, we provide MVHQL wear and carry qualifications for both individuals and businesses. Specialized private marksmanship sessions ensure precision and confidence in firearm handling. Prepare for the unexpected with emergency medical response and personal safety training, led by certified professionals. From physical security to executive protection, we safeguard what matters most. LC Safety and Security, your trusted partner in safety, security, and training.
All right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Why do we see two? Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to leave.
Double trouble, man.
Thank God our audience can't see what we see. I'm not sure why I'm seeing double trouble, but okay. All right. Well,
right.
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
So, I guess we have got to flip some things around here. So, the show must go on, but, we got to adapt and overcome.
Yes, they say. This is what they say.
So let's bring on Sister Burl Brack to talk about her breast cancer tips. A little out of order, but hey, you know, we gotta adapt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Burl.
Pretty in pink.
No, right. I'm excited to be here again just to talk a little bit more about breast cancer and some tips.
Yes.
For the caregivers, we talked a little bit about preparing dinner. You can definitely prepare dinner. Also want to give a tip just to listen to people, just to listen. They just need you to listen to whatever they're going on. And then sometimes just sit. They might not say anything. They might just need your presence right there with them. Also, you can go to doctor's appointments with them. You can be the one that take notes or record whatever's going on, because sometimes when you go to the doctor and you have this diagnosis, you might not hear anything. It might be a Charlie Brown moment where it's womp, 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 womp. Just somebody else with you can be able to, okay, no, that's not what it was said. So let's listen to this, because we've recorded that so that you can listen to it. And for the person that's been diagnosed, breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Don't try to do everything all in a rush. Make sure that if you need a second opinion, get a second opinion. Make sure that you just breathe. And I cannot even stress that enough. It's not sometimes it's not, well, now that we have all this other, that medicine has come a long way.
Yes.
Anymore. So making sure that you get your mammogram, making sure that you go back for your checkups, making sure that you know your body and taking care of your body is very important. Because why? Because you matter. You matter to your family.
All right.
Good job. Thank you so much, Ms. Burrows.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you. We appreciate your help this month.
And you know what? And that's a good point she brought up as far as like going to the doctor and taking notes. Because just think about, like, you're not, you know, you're going to hear something and miss something because you're thinking of other things, I can only imagine, you know. So I think that's a great tip, to definitely go with them to the doctor, take notes, and to just listen.
Just to listen. So, one other thing. Don't try to self-diagnose. Don't Google anything, because your situation can be totally different than what you see online. I remember I Googled a whole lot because I wanted to know, and that was not my situation, what I found. So making sure, just stay away from Google and talk to your
know so much.
Yeah, but it's not good for you sometimes.
Yes, I get what you're saying. Yes, yeah, absolutely.
But we can use Bing, though, right?
No, no Bing, no Google.
Yeah. Bing is his cousin, and his cousin he was like the black sheep. He didn't like Google was the good child.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you, Beryl. We appreciate your help and all the good advice that you've given out over this month of October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So.
Well, thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Yes.
All right. Yes. Have a good evening.
You too.
Pretty in pink. I love that color. I like that color.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. My hands are up.
You know, I love music, so you know.
I know. So go for it, because I don't even think I can handle him right now. So
yes. So when I found out that we had a chance to talk to a man who was the lead singer for the Temptations, I told my people at work, I say, everybody knows Temptations. I don't care who you are, what walk of life you've been through, you know the Temptations.
Yes.
Everybody knows the Temptations. So it's our honor to bring to the stage Mr. Larry Braggs. He's a former lead singer of the Temptations. And I don't know which one of these hits that we're going to play. Hey, how you doing?
What's happening?
All right.
All right.
Y'all doing
How are you doing? You good?
Yes, I am doing wonderful. I hear myself twice, and I don't know why.
Because you got two instances of the.
I'm on this.
Oh.
Ooh.
See?
You logged in twice. Hold on, let me.
I don't know how that happened.
Hold on.
Just can't leave you by yourself. You see what happens?
Yeah, if you just cut one of you off, There you go.
Oh, yeah,
Can you hear me now?
there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah,
How's
I
everybody?
didn't want to touch that until you got on stage. So.
Hey, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis?
Man, that's my favorite line in that movie. I love that line.
Everybody come to see you, man.
Outstanding.
Man, it's a pleasure to be on here, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can I just say one thing?
Sure.
When the lady
Yes,
was
of
talking
course.
about don't Google, you know, I had got sick, man, and I was Googling to see what's wrong with me. And she's right, because when I got through Googling, I was dead.
Yeah.
I had everything, you know.
Yes, Google take you some places. This
Yeah,
is
Google
Yeah.
take you down a rabbit hole, man, and you'll be trying to be like, oh, it's over. It's over.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
All
Google,
right.
you gotta stay away from Google sometimes.
Yeah, man. Don't self-diagnose. Whatever you do, don't do that, man. You know?
That's the truth.
And don't have your friends help you either. Don't do that, because you know they'll get rid of you, brother.
They're the worst ones. They be like,
They're the worst. Yeah, man. But thank you so much for having me on here, man. I'm glad to be here. This is wonderful.
Yeah, we happy to have you here. So,
Thank you.
amen. That's the truth.
Yeah.
Great
Tell us about
opportunity.
how you got started in singing and all.
Oh man, I started, man, when I was well, it goes back when I was like 4 or 5 years old, maybe.
Mhm.
And my aunt, who was my uncle Bo, his name was Willie, but we called him Uncle Bo. And his wife was Aunt Jimmy. So that's my aunt, right? So she used to like come over to the house, and I faintly remember this, but she used to stand me on the table and tell me to sing. He said, "Come on, that's my baby. Put him on the table. That's my baby. I want him to sing to me." So they would put me on top of the table. You know how, back in the day, man, well, I'm old. So your family would have like fish fries and parties like that. And all those
Yeah,
things.
Gerald remembers those days. Yeah,
Right.
Gerald.
So the kids would have to entertain, and that's the only way they were able to come out of the room. Once you did your thing, you got sent back to that bedroom again. So my Aunt Jimmy was always had me on the table, and I only knew one song, man. It was a song by the Beatles called "It Was a Hard Day's Night."
Yeah, I know that song.
Like a dog. But the moral of the story is, one time I was singing and I worked too hard, and I was a little boy and I peed on myself. And she said, "Oh my Lord, my baby didn't work too hard." And that was my start singing, man. And then I got to the second grade, and I was kind of a clown, if you can believe that, in class. So I was in class.
No, really?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this. I thought I was singing to myself in the class. I was in class, but I didn't know I was singing, and they could hear me. And so the teacher said, "Larry," and I was like, "Yes." "Come up here a minute." And I was like, "Uh-oh." So I went up there. She said, "Since you want to entertain, you might as well stand up here and entertain the whole class."
Mhm.
I was like, "What?" So, I've never been afraid to sing on the stage. So I just started singing. And after class, she kept me behind class and she kept me back. And she said, "Listen, if you want to learn how to be a musician or a singer, you got to do it the right way." And she was the music teacher, Mrs. Anderson. And she started teaching me vocal stuff in the second grade. And I started with that. And that's how I started. Yeah.
All right. Well, she obviously knew what she was doing.
I guess, or she was just trying to straighten me out. One of the two. I don't know, man. So
Yeah, probably to straighten you out. Yeah, probably to straighten you out, because you're from Chicago, right? It's a bunch of
I am from the west side of Chicago. Yes, I am. Yes. I grew up in a place called K-Town in Chicago, where all the streets for about a mile started with K. So it was they threw one street in there with a T, and we don't know why, because it was Comiskey, Karloff, Ketteville, Keeler, Kilbourne, Kildare, Tripp, and then Costner.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, we have a question here on the screen for you. What did you sing for the class? Or yeah, that's actually a good question. What did you sing for the class, or what was the first song you sung? Do you still know it?
"Hard Day's Night" was the first song I sang. Remember I told you that if my pants got a little wet?
Right, but what did you
in
do?
second grade?
I don't know what I sang in the second grade. The next song I remember being the first song I sang was I was in the sixth grade, and I was in a sixth grade class, and we put a little group together for a talent show, and none of those guys really could sing, but we danced pretty good, right? So we did a song by the Four Tops, that and so we played the song. I sang with the song, and they just kind of lip sang, right? And we sang, "Ain't no woman like the one I got."
Yeah.
Now you got to remember, we're in the sixth grade, and we're singing "Ain't No Woman Like the One I Got" in the sixth grade. I don't know why I like that song, but I just did. Yeah, it's Chicago. We different. And I'm a little sixth grader singing, "Every day the sun comes up around her, she can make the birds sing harmony."
Well, you took away one of my questions, because I was going to ask you about singing. Could you just sing a cappella? But you've been singing the whole time. That does that question away. Throw that one out.
Oh man, it was fun, man. I've had a fun childhood, and then James Brown came into my life, and my cousin used to come over and take video. It's video somewhere me as a little boy doing the James Brown in my mother's living room. It's somewhere, I don't know where it is. Somebody's got it. They're probably gonna bring it out after I die and say, look what he was doing, when he was little. So I don't know, but it's somewhere.
So how did you stay with, because I can tell that you have such a great character and such a great personality. How did you maintain that and keep that consistently? Because the music business, I'm sure, is not easy to kind of like hold your own in. How did you stay and have that great spirit that you continue to seem to still have?
I can tell you that, man. It's because I was the guy sitting in the audience watching all these groups perform, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was that guy. So I knew how much I enjoyed watching groups play. From the first concert I went to was the Funk Fest in Soldiers Field. And so when I saw Parliament Funkadelic, I was that guy that was just amazed by what was happening on stage. So when I finally got a shot, because my first break was with Tower of Power. I was the lead singer of the band Tower of Power for 14 years. And so when I got in the band, I knew that, hey, no matter what, when I was in a cover band or singing, I knew that people were watching, and I used to be that person watching me on the stage. So now I'm the guy on the stage, and I always wanted to have a good time and be humble and let people know I'm always going to be the same cat I've been the whole time. So I've never changed that. Never, ever. Always been the same guy. Humble, always willing to do what it needs to do to get the concert done and have fun and just draw people into the show. Because I used to always watch groups, and some of the old groups used to like draw people into the show from the stage. And I said, oh man, that's so cool. They letting us in with them, because people come to hear your show. They really don't care what kind of day you had. Right? Whether you sick or you've been fighting with your girlfriend, I almost said old lady, with your girlfriend or wife or whatever, they don't care about that with you. When you come on the stage, they want you to take their problems away that they've had all day, because they spent this day to come here, and let's just let them have a good time for the 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever they're going to be in that audience, and let them just drift away, because at that point, everybody's one. There's no individuals. Everybody's in here on one accord for one reason.
So how did the opportunity come with the get to be the lead singer for the Temptations?
Oh man! So before I was in Temptations,
$54 mic.
Huh?
$54 mic.
Hey man, this is the best microphone.
You're gonna let that mic go.
I know she want one. I'm gonna send you one of these microphones, so you have one. I'm gonna send you one of the microphones. I'm gonna send you the $12.
I need different colors though. I think this.
It turns colors on the bottom. You can change the colors on the bottom from red.
It has to match my outfit.
Okay, so you want too much for $2.
You opening up too many doors there.
Yeah, man, it's like it's 54, not 5,400. So I was in Tower of Power. We were doing a concert. We were backstage. This drummer named Theron Derrick. His name is Theron Derrick, called TD. He was with our sound guy, and he came backstage and he said, "Hey, man, you kind of remind me of Ollie Woodson from the Temptations. You know, Ollie sang 'Treat Her Like a Lady' and those kind of things." He said, "Not that you sound like Ollie, but you remind me of Ollie on stage." He said, "My pops would love you." And I go, who's your pops? And he said, Otis Williams. I said, "Oh, wow, that's cool, man." So that was the end of the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I left Tower of Power in 2013, I was doing my thing, and a few years went by. And my phone rang. I was at dinner. And I said, "Hello?" He said, "LB, it's TD." And for some reason, my mind went right back to the conversation we had 3 or 4 years ago, just like that. And I said, "No." He goes, "Yep, in 5 minutes." And he hung up. And the phone rang. And this one, I thought it was a joke, because the person on the other side of the phone, on the other end of the phone, said, "Long distance phone call for Larry Braggs." I'm going, it's 2014. Who says long distance phone call? So I'm going, "This Larry?" I'm like, "Who is this?" "It's Otis Williams." And I'm going, hell no, this is a joke, man. First of all, nobody says long distance phone call unless you call him from prison or something. So he said, "No, it's Otis Williams." I said, "Oh man," I said, "How you doing, Mr. Williams?" He said, "I'm good, man. I'm good." He go, "I can't call it. He said, "Listen, my son TD, you know, we were sitting around talking because I was gonna make some changes, and he said, you got to check out this guy Larry Braggs from Tower of Power." And so he said, "I watch your videos all night, and when we got through, I told TD, get him on the phone. He's a Temptation." And that's how I got the Temptation job.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Just like that. No audition. He just told me, "You're a Temptation." And I said, "Wait a minute, Otis. I can't join the group unless I can get one of them suits." He said, "Oh, there's plenty of suits." I got one suit. He said, "Oh, there's plenty of suits." And that's how I joined the Temps, man. That's how I got into Temptation.
Oh, wow.
And I got to tell you, my first rehearsal with them, we were sitting around in a semicircle with the piano, and we started singing "My Girl." And I was like, oh man, this is for real, you know? And I was sitting on the end, and the other 4 were sitting where they could like see me really well, right? And hear me. And I can tell they was listening and looking, going like, okay, let's see how they gonna sound. Mm-hmm. So the big test was "Treat Her Like a Lady," you know, because Ollie Woodson sang that song, and at the beginning of that song, it's a real high falsetto note that brings that song in, you know. It's a that note right there.
I do that every morning. Yeah.
Right. And so they were waiting for that. And when I sang that, Terry Weeks went, "Thank God, I don't have to sing that note no more." So, yeah.
And you can still hit that note, which is great.
Oh yeah, God has blessed me, man. I have a big voice, and I'm so happy to share my talent with everybody around the world. I would never stop doing it, man. Never. So I love it.
Absolutely love it.
We have a question for you. Says,
Okay.
Was there any moment before a big performance that you kind of felt a bit intimidated by the size of the crowd?
Every show. Every single show. If an entertainer tells you he's not nervous before the show, it's time for him to quit or her to quit, because you should have some kind of nervous energy or some kind of butterflies in your stomach, because you know, I've always been like, man, are they gonna like me? Am my voice gonna be in good shape tonight? And it's always that, and it never comes down until I come out there and the music starts, and all of a sudden it just goes, and then I'm into it, you know. But backstage, before I come out, I'm a nervous wreck, man. I should be like committed before the show starts. Yeah, it's really strange. Yeah, so If you got butterflies before you sing, you're supposed to have butterflies before you sing.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you also stated that, the message that you send or that you sing is a big responsibility. Why do you feel that way?
Because music is universal, right? There's a lot of people that, there's a lot of rhetoric and things that go around and people say things, but music is the only thing that's universal that people listen to together. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's like a hit record is going to hit 1 million people regardless. So that's 1 million folks that's going to hear what you have to say. And if you say something that they can relate to, because you never know what that music is going to do to somebody and what space they're in their life, where they were, all of the old tunes, we call them legendary tunes, legacy songs now. Everybody can sing those songs and they know exactly what they were doing back when those songs came out. So it touches you, it touches your soul. And that's all soul music really is, music that touches your soul. It's from the soul. If somebody's singing and you're not feeling nothing, it may be pretty. And I know a lot of singers that can out-sing me, man. They sing really pretty. They sing, they can sing every run, every scale, every mode. But sometimes that's just what it is. It's just pretty. It doesn't touch you. And that's what I listen to when I listen to a singer. Is it touching me? Is it making me go, because it's just a lot of notes sometimes. And that's a problem. And I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but you asked me. That's the problem with a lot of gospel singers these days. It's a lot of notes, and it's not really touching nobody. It's just pretty, it's just technique. I want to hear somebody like, Mahalia Jackson get down, that touches your soul, man. I mean,
That's the truth.
BB and CC, the whiners when they first came out.
Them every day.
Marlon Whining will make you just, give your soul back again and again and again. The whiners, man. So yeah, that's singing to me. That's singing.
And you worked with one of my favorite, Michael McDonald. Like, you've done vocals. I love me some Michael McDonald.
Let me tell you something. That's a singing white man.
He is.
Woo, Lord have mercy. That man.
Him and Kenny Rogers were my first white boy crush.
Yeah, man. And then my man, we have to add my man from Toto into that with them. I can't think of his name right now, but the singer from Toto, Kenny Rogers, and Michael McDonald. And Michael McDonald, he sing. I think he go eat, keep all the food in his mouth, and then just come out and sing. What a fool, man. And I got to sing with him on the cruise. We do a smooth jazz cruise, and I was supposed to be. I was one of his background singers.
Oh.
But he told me, he said, Larry, whenever you want to throw something in, you just do it. And I was like, what? He goes, yeah, man, you just do you, man. Just have some fun with it. And that was so cool to me. That was so cool.
Yeah. And it seems like you've worked with quite a few, artists and stuff. And I'm sure you don't have favorites, but if you can do a retake on one of them or a couple of them, which ones would you love to do again?
Tom Jones.
And why is that?
Sir Tom Jones. That's been my idol since I was a little boy. I used to leave my friends outside and come in the house and watch the Tom Jones show. I just idolized Tom Jones. And, when I finally got to do a tour with him when I was in Tower, we did 2 summer tours with him. And he was the one that influenced me to start wearing suits on stage when I was in Tower. Tom would come out with that suit on, and the women would go crazy, and they just throwing their underwear on the stage. And I'm like, man, this dude is still got it. Oh my God. So he used to come and sit down in the bar after the show. So I would put my suit on and come downstairs in the bar, sit with Tom, and he had his road manager with him. And then Herman Matthews, the drummer, was there. So it was me, Herman, Tom, and his guy that was with him, his valet. So we sit there and talk. And one day I said, hey, Tom, listen, man, we've been on this tour now for 2 years. I haven't got a pair of underwear, a bra, or nothing thrown at me. he said, Larry, you got to give them more of this and a little bit of that. Yeah. And I would love to work with Sting. I never worked with Sting, but I would love to work with Sting. And I recorded with the Temptations. We did a song by Bruno Mars. So and I would love to go back and do that song live with Bruno Mars. That would be so cool if I got to do that.
Wow.
When I Was Your Man by Bruno Mars.
Right.
I'd love to do that with him. That'd be very cool because I think that dude is talented, man. He's badass. He's one of those guys that can flat out sing. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so what are you doing today?
Today, man, I was I'm working on I just came back from my my University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. It was our homecoming. And I went to University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, and I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, the University of Arkansas Alumni Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you. See how I slipped that in?
You just glide that in there.
And so I've been working on, as a matter of fact, I got a meeting later on tonight where I'm working on some guys. So we're trying to raise a minimum of $100,000 and have a corporation match that to give to the band and to the choir. And we're trying to give them at least $100,000 a piece each year, starting next year. So we're working on that. We're calling up a bunch of alumni and things like that and try to raise money. We're looking for 1,000 alumni to give $1,000, which is nothing. They should be able to do that because, you've been out of school long enough. You should have a job. You should have a job. And I'm giving you 9 months to come up with $1,000. Come on, that's only $112, $15 a month you can put away. So if y'all know somebody, that's what we're doing. I'm trying to do that.
Yeah, I know this guy named Larry Briggs that I can get.
Yeah, I'm already putting mine in the kitty. I'm starting out strong in the kitty, man. So we're trying to do that for the school. So that's my goal. That's what we're working on lately. Yeah. I just came back from Japan with Marcus Miller, bass player. I just finished the show at Keystone Corner in Baltimore, Atlanta, Georgia, St. James, and I just did a Motown, Forever Motown show with the great Theo Peebles from the Four Tops, and he was in the Temptations. We did that in Oxford, Alabama. And so, I'm just working, man. I got some songs that I got to learn. I'm working on some bass. I play bass a little bit, so I'm working on my bass skills for the next concert, the next cruise, to do some stuff on there. So just staying busy. I got a new video out called Hey Joe. You can see that on Larry Bragg's music channel on YouTube. It's called Hey Joe. You can check that out. Yeah. Been busy, man. So staying busy.
Yeah. So do you think that this is why you're the most sought after, I guess, Temptation? I guess you're highly sought after.
Well, I mean, I pride myself in learning the music. Mm-hmm. Nothing else. I tell people all the time, look, 50% is being on time.
Mm-hmm. We were talking about.
We want to get
for the people in the back.
At least be on time, and when you're gonna be on time, at least be prepared when you get there. Don't come to a rehearsal and you still trying to learn the music. Rehearsal's not for that. Rehearsal is just what it is. Rehearse, not for learning. And I tell guys that all the time, man. Learn the music before you get there. Be on time so we can start on time. And I like to pay people before we hit the stage. That way they play better. When you got the money in your pocket, you ain't worried about what's going to happen after the show.
Amen.
Amen. But some people you can't pay before. You got to pay them right when they walking on the stage. Because if you get to them backstage, they could get on the bus.
That's the truth.
The girl has another question.
And
she wants to know how long did you sing with the Temptations?
5 years, I think it was. 4 or 5 years with the Temps. Yes. Yeah. And 13 or 14 with Tower of Power. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm waiting for my man Gerald Albright to produce a record. Yeah, I said it. Yeah, I said it. I said it. I'm waiting on Gerald to produce a record on me. because that's G Wiggle right there.
G Wiggle. No.
Yeah. And the Albrights are our favorite couple here
God.
tonight.
Hey, have you had his wife's pancakes?
Oh, what?
Well,
we had the pancakes.
we had the mix, but we haven't actually had the pancake. Her version.
See, when she give you the mix, you gonna mess that up. She don't mess that up.
I did.
You need to have her make you the pancakes.
Right.
Just, go to her house and just wait outside the gate. Don't say that. She gonna look and say, somebody's been standing out there all day. And she gonna realize she wants some pancakes. And yeah. She's the bomb, man. She is the bomb. Yeah, I'm so proud of her. So proud of her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it was a pleasure having you on tonight. Glenn didn't tell me that you were so funny.
Oh man, that's it, man. I just try to have a good time, man. Life too short, man.
That's right.
I thought we was gonna get into a political thing. I was ready. I had my hats ready for political, talk. I was gonna tell y'all what
we don't do that here.
I was gonna tell y'all what I felt, because shoot.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Oh yes.
I'm so glad y'all didn't do that here, because y'all are gonna be kicked off the air with me. Man, I really had a blast, man. Anytime y'all want me, just please have me on, and I would love it. I just want to tell people, please go check out Hey Joe on Larry Bragg's on YouTube, on Larry Bragg's channel. Most of the music, Larry Bragg's Most of the Music channel. Yeah. You'll love that. You'll love it.
Thank you.
And y'all
so
keep
much.
doing what you're doing. Thank you.
Yes. And keep up your personality. I love your personality.
I will, man. That's all I got, because I'm broke. Y'all. That's all I got is personality.
You spending $54 on microphones, see?
Why you got to bring up old stuff?
She ain't gonna let you forget it.
I'm gonna send you this microphone. You email me your address. I'm sending you this microphone, and next time I look at this show, I'm gonna see this microphone.
You'll see the microphone for sure.
All right.
It's been a joy. Thank you so much. And please, yes, come back. You have to come back again.
I will. Thank you guys so much for having me. And thank you so much to the Albrights for hooking me up with you guys. I appreciate it.
Yes,
thank you so much, man.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too, guys. Bye-bye.
All right. Turn your news back on. I don't forget nothing.
Yeah, you don't forget anything, do you?
I don't. But he was such a joy. I love him.
Yeah.
I love when we can have a good time with our guests and have a great time. And it's just a great thing. Laughter is the best medicine. I always say. Always.
That's right.
So we're gonna go to a commercial real quick, and then we're gonna come back to.
Then we're gonna try and get Mr. Mike Fields on to talk to us.
See if we can get him on. Hopefully he can hear us, and we can get that going. All right, let's hit a commercial. Let's go.
Domestic violence is real, very real. Every minute, 20 people are victimized by intimate partner violence. Domestic violence happens in all kinds of families and relationships. Persons of any class, culture, religion, sexual orientation, marital status, age, and sex can be victims or perpetrators of domestic violence.
Many people who are being abused do not see themselves as victims. Also, abusers do not see themselves as being abusive. People often think of domestic violence as physical violence, such as hitting. However, domestic violence takes other forms, such as psychological, emotional, or sexual abuse.
Hi, my name is Gerald C. Anderson Sr., author of Standing Firm. Standing Firm was written to bring awareness to the problem of domestic violence. Rain Davis, the main character of Standing Firm, is a fictional character. However, she is real, and she exists all over the world, mostly in secret. It's time to stop the suffering,
the hiding,
the fear,
the excuses,
and
and
the
the
deaths.
deaths. I challenge you to stand up and be accountable. If you suspect someone of being abused, help them to get out of it. Encourage them to call the domestic abuse hotline at 1-800-799-7233.
Let's
make
A difference now.
now.
All
Right.
right. All right. So I always loved that commercial. I wish that was something. Matter of fact, we should maybe consistently play that because I think, much like Lala had stated in our breast cancer and domestic violence show, that it needs to be a consistent conversation, not just for the month. You know what I mean?
I
So,
agree.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think that would be something good to kind of consistently do. All right. So we're back to our guest, Mr. Mike Fields. Hopefully he is ready and he's locked and loaded. He's a portrait artist for 17 years. I think this is such a great skill and talent that not everyone has, but and self-taught at that. So this is going to be a very interesting conversation. A self-taught portrait artist. Just intriguing to me alone. So let's get Mr. Mike Fields out here. Hello, Mr. Fields.
Hello, hello. Is everybody there? Can you hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you loud and clear. How are you?
Fantastic. I am absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. I do
Wonderful.
apologize for the visual part. Being a visual artist, you can't see me and you can't see my work behind me.
And that's perfectly fine. But I do want to say, like, I really have to commend you for you were consistently trying to get on.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. So I definitely appreciate you not giving up.
Thank
Um,
you. Thank you.
so we definitely seen you trying, and sometimes technology is not our best friend.
No, not at all. Not today, anyway.
Yes, yes. So let's start off with, like, you just give everyone kind of like a little introduction of you, and let's jump into this whole self-taught. Like, I want to know more about that.
Well, what that is, as a little kid, you get a piece of paper and a pencil and you get to drawing. And for me, I love the challenge because, of course, I play sports, all the sports as a little kid. You play football, basketball, baseball, all of that. But I also love the challenge of trying to capture. Back then I started with cereal boxes, Tony the Tiger, Sugar Bear, all that. Yeah, I'm dating myself a little bit, but doing that, moved up to comic books and then doing stuff out of Sports Illustrated album covers. I just loved it.
Wow, wow. So that was just something that you consistently just stuck with throughout the years.
Yes, yes, yes. Now I never thought anything about it. I thought everybody could draw because all my friends could.
Oh no, we can't do that.
Yeah, I found that out. I found that out. But yeah, I never really thought much about it. Even when people would say, that's really good, I'm like, all right, thank you. And I just kept it moving because, of course, I was going to the NFL or the NBA.
Hmm.
But no, yeah, I just love doing, just trying to capture the person. And for me, I like to research the people that I do, and I try to pull some out other than it looks like whomever it is I'm doing. So I try to get as much information as possible. If it's a musician, I'll listen to their music. If it's an actor, I'll watch something. I do documentaries to gather as much information as I can. So, and one of the things I do also work from reference photos. So I try to find a picture that will tell the most story because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm a storyteller.
Hmm.
Okay.
That is
Right.
very interesting.
So
Thank you.
I have to bring this up. I don't know if you saw it, but did you see the picture of Dwayne Wade.
See, why you do that, man? I was talking to my artist buddies. I'm like, that artist is ruined. He's gonna have to do something for free just to get back in the game.
So he got no more free.
He's gonna have to do something for free, or he might move up to half off. He's gonna have to do something because he getting found everywhere.
They'll build that statue.
Yeah. And what's funny about that, because I do a lot of like high profile events, a lot of charity events. I just did a NBA celebrity weekend for Eddie Johnson and friends for single moms. And they honored Sean Marion, the All-Star. So I did a couple of paintings of him, and I did one of Charles Barkley for that weekend. And yes, I still get nervous. Just like Larry said, if you don't get nervous, something wrong. I don't care how many people say it's good or liked it online or whatever. It's like, no, when they see it, that's when I want to know if it meant something. So far, so good.
That is awesome. So what is the difference? Because I know there's logically a difference. And I apologize that my dog is barking in the background. But portraits and doing like characters, is that the same?
Well, it just depends on who you're talking to. For me, a portrait, really, that just means that I do people. And a character, they're just trying to capture a likeness and make it fun and where it kind of looks like you, kind of like what you see at the amusement parks and fairs and stuff. Yeah. But what I try to do, and with my style, is, like I said, I want to tell a story. So I want it to look like who it's supposed to be, but at the same time, I want you to feel something. And that's been the best responses that I get. Like for me, I don't want you to say, oh, that's a nice picture. I want you to feel something when you see one of my images. And like I said, so far, it's been real good.
That is so amazing. I love someone that can just look at a picture or look at an individual and like just start sketching. But so what made you take it to the next level as far as like doing research on that individual or that person and then doing like portraits? Why go that direction?
Well, it must be built in, because that's my first move, to go down that rabbit hole. Like, okay, who is this person? And then also too, how can I say something different? Just like, when Larry's talking about singing and music, everybody can sing that particular song, but it's what are you bringing to it? And so for me, that's what I'm going for. I want to bring something different. A really good example is when I was doing jazz art when I first started, jazz and sports. And any picture you'd see of Billie Holiday, pretty much, if somebody did a picture of you and they put a white flower in your head, they're going to say, that's Billie Holiday. And the thing that got me was, that don't look nothing like her. But most people don't know what she looks like. So they just would take it and run with it. And then with sports art, if you got the team colors and the jersey number, that's them. It doesn't have to look like them. And even it bothered me if the skin tone was wrong. Like, he's not that dark, or he's not that light, or, stuff like that. So for me, it was, I wanted to capture who they really were. And so that's what got me to wanting to know more, learn more, and do more.
Wow. That's so amazing. Go ahead, Jeremy.
So I was just saying, okay, but for me, I have to use tracing paper or something if I'm going to draw something.
I should draw stick people.
Well, that's how I started. And what's funny when you said like, what got me into it? A childhood friend of mine, DJ Prime, Scott Lindsay, he kind of jacked me for my first 4 paintings. I had never painted before. I mean, I used to just draw. And he kind of jacked me, and he took my paintings to an event. And it was like art and music and dance. And I mean, it was really cool. So he said, man, just come down there. Like, I ain't have a choice. You took my paintings. Right. And I only had 4 at the time. So I show up, and it was a beautiful thing. And so the gallery owner had seen my work, and he was leaving because he was going to let us take over the gallery after dark. Mm-hmm. And he kind of stopped and pointed, and he walked on out the door. So we left our stuff there overnight. And he came back in. He said, "I had a dream that you did a show here." And I'm like, "For real?" And he said, "What you got?" I said, "I got 4." He said, "You need 100." So I think I had maybe 4 months. I didn't have 100, but I had 4 months, and I probably got about 30 paintings done. And another one of my things is I do work that pertains to, particular event. And like, I don't ever just do a picture because, oh, that'd be nice. Like, no, because for me, I also treat it as a business. Like, I need to know that I can sell this painting and where I can sell it and who I can sell it for and all that. So I do work for particular events. And so being in Columbus, Ohio, that's where I'm from. Ohio State's the biggest thing. And so I focused on that, but then I did other major sports. Back in that day, it was like Ken Griffey and Mike Tyson and Michael Jordan and Magic. So I just did those, and I got a great response because what was really crazy, my first show was a solo show. And there's artists that have been in the game 20 years and never did a solo show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was huge, and it got a lot of publicity. Didn't get sales. I could have had a really big sale after the fact. I'm glad I didn't, because I would have been tainted thinking I could sell for 20 grand right off the bat, and that ain't how this game works.
Right.
So I was mad at that moment because my man's just like my camera, my man's charge card machine didn't work.
Oh,
and the couple was like, "Oh no, we'll come back." Nobody comes back for art. Nobody.
Oh, wow.
That's when they realize they don't need it.
Right.
So yeah, art is something that you want it, you actually do need it, but you don't know that. But if you don't get it at that moment, most likely you won't come back.
Yeah. So we have a question for you. It says, who was instrumental in pushing you to get to the next level you have attained?
Oh wow, there's so many people because there's a lot of politics in art. One of the things that, because I do a lot of like mentoring for other artists, because when I got in the game, nobody told me anything. So one of the things that I always tell them is you can't paint a $100 picture, $1,000 picture, $10,000 picture. The picture is the picture. It's where are you selling it and who's buying. So you got to position yourself to be in certain rooms. And so there were people that just, that liked what I was doing and liked me and invited me into those rooms. And so then my other part where I'll do something for your event, because a lot of the things I did were, Arthritis Foundation galas and cancer and AIDS and school education and music and art. And so I would do pictures for those particular events, which worked like a charm. And then because I did a lot of work with the Ohio State players in the school, I was getting stuff signed that other people weren't getting signed, and that made the paintings even more valuable. So yeah, just there were so many people that just like had love for Mike, and Mike showed them love and came through, and it just kept going.
I love that. That's awesome. I love that you give back to charities. I think it's so important to give back and to just, contribute to, to those foundations and
it's a blessing to do what I do. So I figure if my blessing can bless somebody else, we all can win.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm out here on the West Coast because I had to keep going. I kind of got too expensive for Columbus, Ohio, even though I wasn't the one raising my prices. That was another part of the game I didn't know. Like your value, it was almost like they were bootlegging and flipping my art. And because of the kind of events that I was doing, I was almost like a regular. One of the things I did when I started doing jazz art, I'd linked up with the Columbus Jazz Orchestra. So I would literally they had a concert season, maybe 4 months. And every weekend during that season, I would do art particularly to that concert, whether they're doing a tribute to Louis Armstrong or New Orleans or whatever. I would do paintings for those events. So it just clicked. So I did that for like 10 or 12 years. And it was really funny to hear people say, "Oh, wow, I can't believe I got that Frank Sinatra for $3,500. I'm like, "Wait, what? I sold that for $1,000. I didn't say it out loud, but I'm thinking it. So I just kept seeing things happen. And I did my first show in Europe in 2016, and that was huge. And the funny part about, I went to Rotterdam. I did the North Sea Jazz Festival, and I think it was the 40th year. And that was huge because once I got in, I was actually the featured artist. And it was killing me because they only selected 5 artists worldwide. I had no idea.
I'm sure you were the only Black.
Yeah, absolutely. And they hadn't featured their American since at that time, 2008. So it was really a big deal to them. It was a huge deal to me. And so what I did was I ended up doing 30 paintings of the people who are actually performing. And if you guys know anything about the North Sea Jazz Festival, find out if you don't. They have like 15 stages. They have about 100 acts. It's like 3 or 4 day shows. And they got everything from, straight ahead jazz, smooth jazz, R&B, neo soul, and they even have gospel on Sundays. They have DJs, and I'm talking about big names like Questlove and those type of people that show up. And so the year I went, the Roots are one of the headliners, Earth, Wind and Fire, Anthony Hamilton, Jill Scott, Esperanza Spalding. So I did a bunch of paintings of them, and because the word had got out, because the other thing I did, I painted live, which is funny. That was the first time I ever painted live. And why did I go to Europe to paint live in front of all kinds of people to try it for the first time? And so
that's pretty cool.
The word that got out, and the first people that came over and signed their original canvas was Questlove and Tariq, Black Thought.
Wow.
And so, and it kept going. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And so from there, and this is what I mean by how, once your name starts to get some credibility, those same charity events I was doing every year, they started paying me to show up.
Oh.
I didn't ask. I didn't even know that was part of the game. I started getting a check when I walked in the door, like, wait, what? What's this? Okay, thank you. So there's so many layers to this game, and I'm still learning even 17 years in.
I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Wow, doing it live. Oof.
Yeah, and
So
I'll still do this
with the likeness of somebody, like you're painting these people, and does anybody try to say, well, this is my likeness, I should have some of that? Or
the legal part of that is, as long as you're not trying to make copies and sell it, because I generally only sell originals, you're fine. You can do it. I can paint you and sell it. And it's only a problem if I'm making copies. Because if it's just that one picture, that's your work. So I'm not making money off of your name. I'm making money off of my talent.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. But that is something that, and I'll let you guys know, I'll let my friends know. I have a huge show next fall. It will be in New York, and I get to do the grand opening of the Hip Hop Museum.
All right.
Really?
Yeah. But wait, there's more. I'm doing 50 paintings.
Oh my! Now that's
50 paintings live?
No, not live. They'll be done. I'm probably on like 38, 39 now, but and I'm not just doing 50 rappers. I'm doing the culture. So even stuff like hip hop fashion with Dapper Dan and April Walker and the brothers from Cross Colors.
Yes, that is huge. That's huge.
Yeah, every artist wants to do New York. I mean, I do LA. I've done LA Fashion Week twice. I did paint live there. The really cool thing was last year, the brothers from Cross Colors, TJ Walker and Carl Jones, they were the headliners. So I'd had that painting done. They signed the original. That'll be at the museum. So it was really huge. And then while I was there, I did a live painting of April Walker, who was the first lady of hip hop fashion.
Yep. I know.
Yeah. So that's gonna be big for me, because not only am I doing New York, but I'm doing it on a big scale.
That is huge. Oh yeah, I definitely have to follow you on that, because yes, absolutely.
And speaking of following, I've dropped his IG and Facebook pages on in the chat, so that
appreciate it.
you can be followed by everyone. So, and they'll get a chance to see some of your work as well. So,
Oh yeah, and a lot of the ones I've already started for the hip hop thing, the pencils are on there. Some of the finished paintings are on there, and then all the stuff that I'm currently doing. I got a sports art show. It's a big convention here in Phoenix in a couple weeks. So yeah, I just stay busy.
okay.
Thank you so much, Mike. I think this is so awesome. I'm definitely gonna follow you and find out where you are because I want to see.
Thank you for having me once again. I appreciate it.
We appreciate you dropping by and talking to us about it. This is something we neither one of us really have any experience at. So never really talked to an artist before. So it was very enlightening to be able to talk to you. So
Well, thank you. I always believe we're all artists because when you get dressed, you coordinate in. That's art.
Let me tell you, I'm
That's
not.
the way you style yourself, the way you style your home. You're an artist.
that may be true, but I can't draw though.
No, you may not be able to do that, but you dress yourself.
Give me some tracing paper, I can do it. But
Hey, you got to start somewhere, and it'll feel good too.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Well, thank you so much, Mike. I Mr. Mike Fields. I'm my hat's off to you if I was wearing one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
all right, thank you, and don't forget to go follow Mike Fields on Facebook and IG.
Yes.
Your IG on Fields of Art.
Fields of Art. Yeah, that's the one I picked was Fields.
Okay. Appreciate you.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank you.
Thank you guys again. Y'all have a wonderful evening.
You
You
too.
too.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Art. I
All right.
tell you that drawing and sketching stuff, that stuff is hard, that's why it's like architects and design, because you gotta it's such a big, I think a big mind has to really like evoke that kind of profession. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Great show.
It has been.
From all the way from Mama's got a brand new bag all the way to artistry.
We're not doing that no more. We're gonna keep that right there because we don't want to touch that one. So next show, who we have coming on next show? Do we have?
Next show we have a member of Take Six, the singing group, the most awarded singing group in Grammy history, from what I understand. Yeah. Take Six. So and then we have I don't know if you remember, might have been last year but we had Mr. Young, William Young was on, and he was the one. He was the actor. Played on a TV show, and then he opened the school and had people come, had kids come to school.
I think his
wife is going to be on.
Okay.
Helen.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, I think I remember it somewhat.
Yeah.
Well,
so we have Alvin Chio of Take Six, and then Helen Young will be on.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you. We had Dr. Anderson, Sheldon McCarr. Thank you, Paulette Jackson, Renata, Nikki. Thank you, Beryl. We love you, Beryl. Pretty intense. But thank you all for just joining in and having the questions and the comments, because we can't do this without you. We really can't. So you all interactions and tuning in, it helps us as well. It helps us keep doing what we're doing because we enjoy it so much. So thank you for your support. So on that note, I think I'm ready to order me some pizza.
You and that doggone pizza.
I'm hungry. Listen, I ain't playing. I'm hungry. All right. So good night, everyone, and thank you again. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
All righty.